is Todd. So I have kind of a funny story to tell you. Before I dive into it, though, I am going to post this video on Facebook really quick. So bear with me while I, oops, not live chat. Share, copy link. All right. This time I got a little faster at it because I've actually got the stuff halfway through and just waiting for the thumbnail to load. Of course, it's not the best thumbnail in the world. I'm going to have to make a new thumbnail later. And then next. Publish. Almost done. Hey, Matt. Thanks for joining us. Okay. So, tonight we're going to talk a little about Flash Gordon and have a little bit of fun rebuilding that custom figure I built the other day and doing some other stuff. So, first of all, if you don't know what I'm talking about, there was a movie made in the 80s, which was so cool, I think, called Flash Gordon. And it had Queen to the music. It's that one they go Flash, and I just loved the movie as a kid. And my wife, she dislikes space movies of any type. She dislikes barbarian type movies. And she's never seen Star Wars. And I tried to get her to watch Return of the Jedi one time. She only made it like 15 minutes probably before she had to turn it off. And no, actually, it was Empire Strikes Back. Sorry. So I said, just watch this one. Hey, Mike V, thanks for joining us. And hey, Rolando, thanks for being here, Black Phoenix 77. So today, my wife has COVID right now, and she got really sick today. So I was watching the grandkids and helping out and trying to keep everything, kosher. And so she's stuck on the couch. I'm like, hey, you're stuck anyway. Why don't we watch Flash Gordon? So she got to watch Flash Gordon that I happened to buy, and mostly I used my Amazon free digital credit to purchase it. And so I told her it wasn't that much money. It was kind of good. Got the HD version, so I was pretty happy about it. Hey, let's see, what is that? Canava? Canava, am I saying your name right? Black Phoenix 77. Oh yeah, I hope she was better soon too. Yep, Flash. Yeah, I'm sure I'm gonna catch it. I can already feel the tingle in my throat, so I'm sure I'll probably lose my voice like I did last time. So I might have a few days without videos. But anyway, so we're watching it, and she has about an hour left to go, and she goes, I don't know if I can make it another hour. And she did. She was a real trooper, and she lasted the full movie all the way to the end, even the wedding song. And she was like, why do they have the same wedding music in this, in this place that we have on Earth? So she was already starting to kind of get that way. It was kind of funny, but she survived. Her last statement as she was watching the end of it was, that was dumb. It was killing her to watch Flash Gordon. I don't know which was more fun, making my poor wife suffer through it or watching it again. I actually really enjoyed watching it again. Seeing it in HD was so cool. And she didn't like the music. She never has liked any kind of heavy metal type music anyway. And she thought that the music was lame. She didn't like it. She didn't like the storyline, obviously. It was just and then of course, how the queen or the princess is, just a little too bit with too many of the guys. So she wasn't liking that either. So in honor of me and to my wife to watch Flash Gordon with me, it's time to rebuild the Flash Gordon action figure that we built the other day. There he is, using the New Adventures He-Man and King Randor. So there is Flash Gordon. Now it's funny. One of my friends at work, she knows nothing about superheroes whatsoever, and her son is educating her on superheroes because he likes them all. She was watching a lot of DC, and she did watch not my wife, but a friend of mine at work. She did watch the oh, what do you call it? How can I forget? It's Aquaman, the Aquaman movie. But because she also likes Jason Momoa, that's why she watched it, and so she could live through that one. So one day she was asking me about different superhero stuff. She wants to look cool in front of her son, so I can tell her stuff, and then she can go home and say, hey, did you know this or this or that? And so I told her one time that Flash Gordon was actually a DC character, and they took the DNA of the Flash, and this is awful. And Jim Gordon from Batman, and combined them, and that's how they made Flash Gordon. And she was buying it hook, line, and sinker. It was pretty funny. I had to tell her the truth though before she went home and told her son that that Flash Gordon was, DNA mixture of the Flash and Jim Gordon from Batman. Anyway, so I had to put this together because that one scene at the end where he's flying in the thing. Now it doesn't look quite like this, but it's similar. It's probably more like the other thing that's on the front of the battle ram. But I kind of like this though. This is kind of more what I envision in my mind for the Flash Gordon movie, is because it has the handlebars like this way up high, even though it has a bigger base down here, so it's almost more like a jet ski than this. But I thought it'd be kind of fun. That's why I got my Flash Gordon flying on the thing. You hear the lasers, and the lightning field and everything else. My poor wife. And I even asked her, I said, which is worse? Which is worse? Tell me, having COVID or watching this movie? And she flat out said the movie was worse than COVID. If she had to choose one or the other, she would choose having COVID over watching the Flash Gordon movie again. So I jokingly said to her, hey, what are you doing next Saturday? You want to watch it again? She's like, no, we are not watching that again. So my wife really loves me because she made it all the way through the movie. So I thought that was pretty funny. But anyway, I wanted to share it with you guys because I was cracking up when it was over. I said, I got to make a video about this. So on a side note, I just checked my credit card and it did get charged. So my credit card got charged for Eternia tonight. So there you go. It was after it reached the 5,000 people, not at the end of the run, which we were wondering which way it would go. And so that is where we're at. Yeah, Black Adam looks pretty cool. I mean, come on. You can't go wrong with The Rock, right? So it has The Rock in it, so it's it's going to be good. I mean, I even watched that movie, the one with George, The Monsters. Oh, I used to play the stupid game all the time in the arcade. What is that? Rampage. I even enjoyed Rampage because it had San Andreas Fault or San Andreas. That's a good movie too. I even enjoyed Jungle Cruise. Come on. So, yeah. Yep. Loving the battle going on in Castle Grayskull. Thanks so much, Robert. Yep, these are my favorite. I talked about it last video already. These are my 12 favorite figures. Actually, 11 favorite characters and 12 figures because I have 2 Tilas. And then I have the 5 bad guys. And I was thinking about it, is these are my favorites, but I never show them off. And so I decided to do a setup. So like I mentioned earlier, it's like the bad guys got into the castle and they ran along this way. And you can see Trapjaw right there facing off with Man-at-Arms. And then Beastman made it up the ladder and he's facing off with He-Man. And then Tila, the magic user version of her, she is facing off with Skeletor there. And then we have Evelyn and Ram Man. And then you have Merman here. He dropped his sword because he didn't want to get shot to show you. And then he went up the elevator as he has his hands up. And then at the top up here, we have the Warrior Tila and Trapjaw going sword to sword. And they're all trying to battle their way up to the throne. Dun, dun, dun. So, yeah, I was kind of having fun setting them up. And I told my wife, I said, it's just so funny because here I have all this stuff. I do all these videos. And these guys are all sitting in a box, and I'll keep pulling out the new ones I'm working on, whatever it is, and have them in the castle. But I never set up my favorite 11 figures in the castle before. So this is the first time I've done that. And it makes sense, you know? Because, I mean, I got them on the wall over here, right? And there's my top 11 right there on the wall. So I might as well put them in a battle scene ready to go. And you can kind of get the idea of the storyline of how they rushed in on the both flanks and are trying to work their way to the throne. So, kind of fun. I actually had a lot of fun setting them up. Is that the Zodac chair? Yeah, that's a good question, Mike. In fact, sometimes they do use that quite often for the Zodac chair. I happen to have a chair right down here on the floor. I believe this is the one Mike sent me, I think. And this is actually the chair that was for the original castle. And you can kind of see the similarities in those two chairs. There we go. Let me zoom in on them so you guys can see it better. So there is some slight differences, obviously. So there you go. Ugh. Kind of fun. I should pull up the Filmation Zodac chair and take a look at it and see which one it resembles more. You know what? Maybe I'll do that. The Zodac should come with a chair. I don't know. I think the chair thing was kind of weird in the Filmation thing anyway. I can't buy a set for $1,300 while others are getting for $550. Yeah, that is crazy. That is crazy. Okay, how do I get out of here? If I ever get out of here. All right. Zodac chair Filmation. Okay. So here is the chair, and it does look like the chair from the original castle. You can see by the top up here how it looks. And so you can take a look at the chairs over there, and you can see the top matches the top of this chair. So Zodac's chair is like the original Castle Grayskull chair, not the new one. Let me get this out of here. So I guess I can put it in this top corner here. So you can kind of see basically this. You have to take the chair the way it is and mount it on some kind of bottom square piece and add some jets on it, and you got it. If you even see the back of it, looks the same as that too. So this is the chair you use for Zodac's chair if you're going to make it. So there you go. All right. So I have actually scanned that chair in. I didn't get it to the high resolution I wanted. So I'm going to have to maybe monkey with that some more to get it just right. What works best is I found if I scan things in, they come out looking just horrible. Usually I have to go in and remake them. So that's the hard part, is after you scan it in, it gives you the right sizes, but then you have to go back through and actually remake it. So there you go. Filmation ripping off Mattel again. Filmation was supposed to be based on the Mattel toys to begin with, so I don't think it's really ripping them off, being it's from Castle Grayskull to begin with. So I think that was done on purpose. So that way then the kids could see the connection of how it looks. All right, let me throw this chair back on the floor. I'll have to clean it up later. And that's really all I got. I was just excited to tell you guys about my experience with my wife and the Flash Gordon movie. I figured you guys would get a kick out of that because I've been talking about it now for a while. And now I got my Flash Gordon. I'm going to go bugger with it now. Just to say, check it out. 7,588 backers. Wow, it's close to 8,000. Nice. So I'll probably make a video tomorrow saying, we got Modi. So we'll see. The Mode Monster. The Mode Monster of yesteryear. You know what? Let's see if the armor fits on him. I'm curious. I gotta know now that I spent all this time. I gotta first take off the arms to get this armor off. Flash. My poor wife. Oh, it's funny. I actually had my youngest boy watch it with me years ago, and he hated it too. He's just like his mom, not into space stuff at all, and it was killing him. And he did make it all the way through though as well. And now I have my grandson. He gets a little older. Now that I've bought it on Prime, I get it forever, forever. So he'll be suffered with it too. Oh, so close. I just can't get that last tab to close. It's just hanging on the edge right there. I kind of don't want to force it because I've broken stuff before forcing it on these figures. If you remember back when I was doing the Skeletor with the dragon armor Skeletor, whatever he's called, and I ended up breaking the tab on it when I tried to put it on one of these figures, just because they're just a little bit bigger. All right, well, that is it. I'm going to stick my Flash Gordon back on his jet sled without the armor. And I know the movie doesn't have the full red shirt like this, but you know, I was surprised how many costume changes he actually had in the movie. I didn't realize he had so many. I knew he had the red tank top, and I thought the red tank top was the red and black tank top. I didn't realize there was two different tank tops he wore. And then also he had the Flash t-shirt that he wore, and then he also had the red coat suit that he wore. It was on top of the first tank top. And it's funny, is being the tank top was supposed to be from Ming's pilot guards, they had the lightning bolt on the front and back. And I'm like, wait a minute, why would they have a lightning bolt in the front and the back of his tank top? That makes no sense. I mean, if it was really just a standard pilot's uniform. So, I don't know. It was still fun, though, watching it. There was a lot of weird things that I never noticed before that now as an adult I do. And it's like, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. I used to enjoy this as a kid. Why am I so critical now? So, wow. Look at that. 7,606 backers with under an hour to go. Now, you know, that's under an hour just to save or to get King Grayskull. Now, it's going to keep going for another, you know, till I believe the 9th of November. So we still have time. Why are people happy to have PayPal? Not everybody has a credit card with that much on it, being able to hold it. And so PayPal gives them the 4 different payments. So that's the advantage to it. So if you try to use your debit card, you'll be charged all at once for it. Also, too, you get charged interest the whole entire time, too. So this way you don't get the interest charge until it's accumulated. Modi blessing me. Yeah, it's funny. Light your way. All right. Mattel should give King Grayskull to everyone that buys it. You know, Pop Actor, I think you're right. I hope tomorrow they just come out and announce, hey, we got backed early, better than we thought. We're going to give it back to the fans. Anybody who buys from this point forward will also get a King Grayskull. And because it got back so early, we're going to throw in something else too. Hooray. Yep, blue Gandalf. But yes, but will the momentum start to fall after midnight? Yeah, it's definitely going to fall after midnight because now you're getting less for the same amount of money. Well, we talked earlier. This is like what is it, $6 million, I think, or something. I forget what it was, but it was a lot of money. 4 million, I forget what it was. We figured it out one time, but let's just go back and check. We'll just go with the 550. Not sure what my phone's freaking out asking me crazy stuff. Anyway, let's see. Oh, I know why. My granddaughter was playing with my phone, and she is my phone right here, and she deleted a whole bunch of apps, and it was open to follow me. It's like, what is she doing? So she's only a year and a half, but she still likes to grab my phone and play games on it. All right. Anyway, I was like, my wife is getting really tired, and I don't blame her. So I will talk to you guys later. Like, subscribe, and that's all I got. My parents put the CEO's kids through college back in the 80s. Mr. Feelings, that's funny. All right. Good night, you guys, and good journey. Bye now.